So today I'm doing another speed build, and this one is perfect for Brindleton Bay because it's a crazy cat lady house. I don't know why I wanted to build this. I really don't. I think I just wanted to build a house that was like super cluttered and just kind of funny, I guess. I don't know. I think it turned out really well though, and I'm so happy with it. And it's called Meowington Manor. It's not really big enough to be a manor, but I don't know. I couldn't resist that name. I thought it was adorable. So, yeah, I really don't know why I felt like filling a house with cat stuff. I'm not even like a big cat person. I just thought that this would be really fun to do, and it was. I had so much fun with this build. I really struggled, as always, with the outside of the house, just the shape of it and the roof and everything like that. I did have something in mind, though. Of course, a picture from Google, just for like how the roof was shaped and everything. So, yeah, don't ask what I'm doing when I zoomed out. I was trying to look at other houses to see if that looked ridiculous. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. It really suits Brindleton Bay. Like, it's got the same theme kind of. And I really liked playing around with those rounded roofs. Like, I've never really done that before. And like I say, in every build that I do, I always try to do something new. And the roofing tool, like those rounded, curved, yeah, that was my my new thing for the day. I've been in a building mood lately. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm still enjoying playing the game, but I feel like I'm just waiting for seasons. That's really all I'm doing, is just waiting for seasons. I still love to play, but I can't wait for seasons anymore, and I need to do something. So yeah, I just really want to incorporate seasons into my gameplay, and it's been tough to play without it, knowing that it's coming and I don't have it yet. So I just try to distract myself by doing some builds. And this one, I think, actually might even be my favorite build that I've ever done. It was definitely the most fun I've ever had doing a build. And it didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it would. I do think I'm actually a pretty fast builder. Like, I watch Vixela's videos and she's like, oh, this took me 3 days. And I'm always just shocked that it could take someone that long. I guess, oh, don't ask what I was doing here with the roof. That didn't stick. But yeah, I guess I just, usually I know exactly what I want to do and I have a plan for it. I don't like do drawings or floor plans or anything. I know some people do, which is a really good idea, but I just kind of go for it. Yeah, so I wanted this house to be, the idea was that I wanted to suit Brindleton Bay. I wanted it to fit in really well, and it does, but I also wanted it to be a little bit outdated and kind of older looking. I really think I accomplished that. Yeah, that's why I went for like the dark brown, what is that, siding, I guess? Because I've already used like a light blue in another one of my builds, so I wanted this one to be a little bit older looking. And so the inside and the outside is pretty outdated, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. Once I got inside, though, I felt completely overwhelmed. I felt like the upstairs was too big, and the downstairs was too small, and I didn't really know what to do. I really struggled, though, for a while. And for me, it's kind of cool to look at this right now, and because I know what it looks like in the end. It's kind of interesting to look at it and, like, see how this progressed, because basically what I had in mind isn't at all what happened, but I'm still really happy with how it turned out. I think that it's just perfect for what I wanted. But when I guess I always build the outside, don't even look at the inside until the outside's pretty much done. And that's what I did here, and I was thinking like, this is not at all what I had in mind. I was looking to put where I could put the stairs, and I tried like several different spots, and it didn't look good anywhere. I'm happy with what I chose, though, in the end, but I just struggled so much. I can see myself getting frustrated. They didn't seem to go anywhere, but that is actually where they end up staying. The problem is when I got upstairs, I was like, oh my god, that is way, way too big. So then I thought maybe I would do like a covered balcony upstairs, so that's why I got rid of that, but then I decided, nah. I'll work with the big upstairs. I wanted this to have a lot of bedrooms anyway, even though this was ideal. I built this with a single like older lady in mind, basically, like your typical crazy cat lady. And so that's what I was thinking. So the sim that I ended up moving into this house just to take the screenshots, I moved in a single sim and 7 cats, because that's the most you can have. And I just kind of let them run wild when I took the screenshots. So it's kind of funny that they just pop up in some of the pictures. They were just everywhere. And I got them all into the house and they started like scratching the furniture and I was devastated. I was like, no, don't wreck the furniture for my screenshots. So I had to quickly take them because I don't know how long it takes a cat to ruin your furniture, but I didn't want to find out. So this house ends up having 3 bedrooms and 2 good sized bathrooms, I think. One is like an ensuite. And then neither of those bedrooms are actually used as bedrooms. One is supposed to be a spare room. Super cluttered. And of course here I am using the same windows I use all the time, but this time I'm actually using them because it's a house in Meowington Bay and they fit really well, but those are my favorite windows. I am just obsessed with them. I use those often as I can, and I've kind of made a vow to not use them in my next build because I can't think of a time, like a single build where I didn't use those. I think in my mini home, the one I just posted before this one, I'm pretty sure I didn't use them there. I don't remember. But yeah, I think that I do use them too much. So, the upstairs for me, I got pretty overwhelmed at first, but then I was starting to think like, okay, I can picture what I want here. The downstairs was a little tougher, because I kind of had to venture away from what I originally planned. And I didn't want a super open, floor plan. I wanted it to be a little bit more closed in because that helps with that kind of cluttered look. And so that was my goal, basically. So as for the backyard, I had no idea at the time what I was going to do. Or the front yard. I was just not even thinking about that. Landscaping is not my strong point, and I don't particularly enjoy it very much, actually, just because I'm so intimidated by it. I think if I was good at it, then I wouldn't mind so much. Furnishing is my thing. That's what I like to do the most. But in the beginning here, I was just trying to use stuff that came with the Cats and Dogs stuff pack, or I guess expansion pack, just because it suits what I was doing so well. But there is actually a time when I honestly tried so hard to make this vision come together, and I just had to stop for a bit. Like, I honestly had to stop, save my game, and walk away because I didn't know what to do, and that's kind of coming together right now. You'll see me struggling. I grabbed like the countertops from Parenthood and thinking like, what the hell are you doing? Put those away. They don't belong in this build. And then I was like, okay, I'll try the living room. So then I go over to the living room and try placing things like the fireplace and tried making it smaller. That didn't work. And then I was like, okay, there's no room for what I want. I'll head over to the other side of the house. So then I went over there and then I was like, I don't know what I want to do here either. So I am just all over the place because I didn't know what to do. I was just feeling really overwhelmed. And usually when I get to the furnishing, I'm like, oh, okay, this is my forte. This is where I'm going to shine. But in this build, it was a little tougher than that. Once I got going, it was good, but I did actually have to end up saving my game and taking a break just so I could walk away from it and then come back and try again. So I think after me attempting to do the kitchen, that's when I was like, okay, I need a break. Or maybe that already happened. I'm not sure, but there's a point where you'll see me save the game and just leave. Like, nope, can't do it. But I think it already happened because after that I started putting in the countertops, I started to feel a bit better about the build. Like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing here. Because I wanted it to look, like I said, outdated, but not crazy outdated. Like, I still wanted it to suit, I guess, the houses that are in Meowington Bay. And, yeah, so you'll see me put absolutely every cat item in this house. Like, I used everything as much as I could to accommodate for cats because the sim that owns this house is obsessed. And so that's why it was really fun to do, I think, just because, and afterwards having the cats in the screenshots, I was just laughing because they were everywhere. Like, when I first put them in, it was funny because they all just spread out and 3 of them went to the couch and slept there. And, yeah, I wanted to put more cats than 7, but I don't know what the cheat is to get more than 8 Sims in a household, so I just went with the 7, and I didn't want to find out. I just wanted to get this build out here. So there's no, like, formal dining room for this house. It's just, I just use this round table, which is good because I never use the round tables, even though I really like them. And then, of course, I use those little bay windows to fill up the those spaces, like those. I use those couches. I never use those, actually, so I was excited to be able to use them for once. And then just filling up as much clutter as I could find. I put like that cat calendar. I just put things all over the counters, and I wanted every nook and cranny of this house to be filled. Not to the point where it looked super junky, but very lived in and exactly what you would expect from a crazy cat lady. The spare bedroom upstairs is my favorite room in the whole house. It's so good. A little overwhelming, but it's really good. So I thought that this kitchen actually looked pretty realistic. I put like some cat treats on that. Well, those are dog treats, but in her world, they're cat treats on the countertops, and just as much clutter as I could without making it look unusable, because I did want it to be usable still. I don't know that I'll ever actually live in this house. I always like to think that I will live in the houses that I build, but sometimes they're just not... I don't know, they're just not what I need, I guess. I don't really see myself ever playing with the crazy cat lady. I think that it would be too overwhelming for me. Also, I used every single picture that had a cat in it. I don't think I missed one because I looked thoroughly. You will see that I used every cat picture somewhere in this house. So yeah, that's the kitchen done. The living room I've saved for after that because that's the room that I was feeling overwhelmed with, and so I went back and thought, like, okay, it shouldn't be this hard. I wanted there to be a TV in there, but I wanted it to look kind of old school, and unfortunately I didn't actually end up going with that. I think I just put one on the wall, which wasn't really my vision. I wanted an older TV because in my mind it's an older lady living in this house, but that was the only thing that kind of looked good. I did put like a little table underneath the TV, which kind of helped. And, of course, every surface in this house has some kind of cat decor on it, whether it be like a cat lamp or a cat planter or a cat statue or just something. Like, for me, it was really fun to be able to use those things because I don't really use them that often. Why would you need a cat statue? I don't know. Maybe you do. I just feel like I don't, so I've never really used them. And those tables, I never use those either. So it was fun to be able to use things that are new for me. And then I found that cat mailbox, and I didn't want to forget about it. So I stuck it outside for later. And I put the cat welcome mat at the front door. This woman is obsessed. She has a problem. And then a lot of older people have like clusters of plants in their house, like in a corner. I feel like both my grandparents have sets, like a dedicated corner of their house just for plants. And they're kind of piled up like that. And to me, it looks kind of tacky, but I like it because it looks cozy and lived in. So, and tacky is what I was going for in this house. And I think I nailed it. I used like the grandma couch, which everybody hates, but I actually really like it. And I think this house ends up having like 6 cat, not cat condos, kind of like cat trees. I think it has like 6 of them because or maybe even more than that, because almost every room has one. I feel like this lady would have thought that her cats were like number 1 priority. And the cat lamp I wanted to use, but just not down here. So I put that little Brindleton Bay like lighthouse lamp there, which I really like, and I never use that. And, I honestly think that I used that poster 3 times in this house. Oh no, I used it twice because I put that one there. I thought the living room looked perfect. I could not have been happier with it. Nice and filled in and cluttered in just the way that I wanted. All the bathrooms, there are 3 bathrooms, 2.5 I guess. No showers in this house. I just did bathtubs. And I don't know why. I just felt like it suited the house better. And every bathroom has a litter box in it, of course, because that would be a major priority for whoever's living here. And even if you don't want this to be a crazy cat lady house, you could just download this house and refurnish it, because I think it's still a nice house. It's got good, like, sizable bedrooms, and I think it's just a good house. But I do think that if I ever played with this house, I would refurnish it to make it a little more up to date and not so cat obsessed, because it is a good house. It's just a little much, I guess. So yeah, like I said, trying to fill every wall, every corner with as much as I could, and I think I nailed it because I used everything I wanted to use. Some things I even used more than once. So that table has like a clutter of like mail on the table. And then on that wall, I just put those tall mirrors. I don't know why. I really don't. I guess in a lot of outdated houses, you'll find those kind of mirrors, especially in dining rooms. And this like rug that has basically 3 rugs all together. I ended up using that one because I never use it, and I did not like it. I still don't like it, but I thought like just get over it. Like just use it. It's cluttery and it's messy and it fills the house up, so just use it. So that's what I did. Still not a huge fan even looking at it now, but I still think that it suits the house, so I went for it. And then the entranceway, I just did like the shoe rack and the coat rack like I always do. And of course, some cat statues on top of that shelf there. And I think I did like another coat rack on the other side. So yeah, the front entrance isn't too cluttered. I think it's pretty realistic though. And then the upstairs, I just realized this now, I use the same paint for every single room except the bathroom. So, oh wait, no, the living room has like some wallpaper. So yeah, that's a little boring, I guess. I could have mixed it up there, but I totally forgot that I did that. I guess it just looked okay, so I kept it. Using this bed, I don't use it very often, and when I do use it, I pick a normal color, not blue, and I don't use like the crazy quilts, but I just thought that this was perfect, so I went with the blue theme and the crazy quilts. I haven't used the blue furniture before, so I thought it was kind of fun to do. And then I found that picture that had like the cat on the shoulder of the captain, and I thought it was really perfect, so I used that. And then I put that that dresser there, and I was like, no, we need another cat tree. That's what we need there. So I put another one of those, of course, and just filled it up with some other clutter items. Like I was going through like, what do you fill a room up with? Like I really didn't know. I really like that stack that's like a suitcase and books. I don't know why I like it. I've never really placed it in a house before, but I thought it just suited this house perfectly. I think I end up using it again in the spare room. I end up using everything in that spare room. It's just perfect. And I just stuck that at the foot of the bed and some more stuff on the walls. I don't know if I put up a rug in here. Oh no, I did. I used one of the rugs from the Vintage Glamour pack because I just downloaded it. I know I'm like years late, but it only interested me recently, so I downloaded it. And then, yeah, I think I used the gray rug in this room. And then the bathrooms are both basically the same. I often do this where I just use the same stuff in each bathroom. I will literally like use the eyedropper tool to, I don't know what I'm doing here, by the way. I will literally use the eyedropper tool to pick up the same stuff from the bathroom and just move it over to the other one. No idea what I was doing just then. I really don't. The camera was all over the place. I was looking at something. I just don't know what. So yeah, you could put a shower in this house if you wanted. I just thought that, I don't know, Crazy Cat Lady uses bathtubs. That's what I thought. So I filled it up with some more clutter items to make it look tacky as per the rest of the house. And of course, litter boxes in every single bathroom. There are 7 cats living in this house, so they need them. And I try not to use the same paintings twice. I might have, though, because I was kind of losing track of what I was doing and what ones I'd already used. So you might see the same one twice in this house. This room is my favorite room by far. I am so pleased with this room. Even though it's like this cluttery, I use like the most outdated computer I could find. It's so cluttered and filled with stuff, but I feel like it's so realistic for a crazy cat lady that she would fill up a spare room with just junk. Like that's all this room is junk. And I was thinking like maybe a treadmill in the corner, but it was too big, so I didn't do that. And then I found that fish tank and I was like, oh, need that. So I placed that in the hallway. But like even on the desk, I just random things like that file folder, and then I use that trunk again with the books on top, and just place random stuff everywhere, stuff that I don't normally use. The houses I use are never cluttered because I feel like it just doesn't suit my Sims, I guess. But I do want to play in a house like this. Christmas presents under the desk. I was going to put a box of toys there, but it was too big. Just random stuff everywhere. Stuff on the bed even. I don't think that the lady that lives here would have a lot of guests. So she went ahead and filled up that spare room and even on top of the bed. And yeah, I just think that room is perfect. It's kind of stuff that you would see in an attic, but this house doesn't have an attic. So this is her storage room. It was supposed to be a spare room, but it no longer is. It's now just a storage room. Also, my game was taking a really long time to save. I'm not sure why, but even when it's sped up 5 times, it's taking a long time. Oh, and then there's a Christmas wreath, which I just had to stick in there because I thought it was perfect. And this is the cat room, specifically for cats. I put as many as I could fit in there of those little cat trees. And the newspapers I thought were just hilarious, so I put those in. Those posters weren't overlapping the way I wanted them to, so I just put them side by side. And I think I put in some food bowls and like a cat, like a toy box thing, and another litter box, and yeah, just as much junk as I could fit in that room. And then that was like a little balcony area. I just put like a chair and another cat tree out there because, I mean, she would want her cats to be able to look outside. And then I don't know why I put a couch in that area. I really don't. I just didn't know what else to do with it. I thought maybe no more cat trees because I already had like 6 or 7 of them. And a little scratching post there. And just some more stuff on the walls. I was going to use that dog poster, and then I was like, nope, she would not like dogs. She would not want any dogs in her home. So I didn't use any dog stuff, just cat stuff. And then I did a little end table here with another cat statue and that little cat planter. Because the cat statue, that one comes in like 8 different cat species, basically. So I was able to use all of them, I think. If not most of them. And then the balcony, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with that. I wish we had porch swings, because this house would be perfect for a porch swing, but we don't have them. So I just put a bench with a table, and then I just filled it up with some like flowers and things like that. I don't know what I was doing with the wedding arches there, just seeing if I could put an arch in there, but that didn't really work out so well. So yeah, I just put some little potted plants and flowers around the balcony or the front deck. And then my vision for the front yard was an overgrown, unmaintained yard. So I tried a whole bunch of different fences, by the way, and I don't know what I ended up going with. Oh, just a shorter brown one, I think. But my vision for the front was just, like, I wanted it fenced in, but I wanted it to be really overgrown and clearly not being taken care of. I don't know why. I just felt like that's what needed to happen. And then I couldn't center that fence with the stairs. It was either left or right, so I just left it open. And I did have fun filling up the front yard with as much grass and like shrubbery, and yeah, I wanted it to be out of control. And so that's what I did. And then I decided I didn't want the fence to go as far as it did, so it gets shortened a little bit. But I think it turned out pretty much the way that I wanted it to. Like I said, this is an outdated, tacky house. This lady only cares about her cats. She doesn't care about her lawn, and she doesn't care about her yard. Her backyard is actually even worse. It's even got a pond back there, but she doesn't really care about those things. So yeah, that's what I did there. Is I just made it shorter and then filled that space in with more of the grass. What's really frustrating is you try to put things as close to the wall as you can, but then it just jumps up and it's like hovering above where you want it. It's very frustrating. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to make it not do that. So I kind of had to just deal with it. So I filled that in with some dirt, and I think that's all I did. Oh yeah, I put some trees in there just to fill it up and make it look just as cluttered as the inside. Basically, that was my vision. And then the backyard, I don't know, I didn't really care too much about the backyard. I just wanted it to be I don't know, like overgrown just like the front. And so I put a table and chairs back there. And then I think I didn't put a cat tree. I should have put a cat tree because that would have been good. I think I had enough though. I don't know if you ever can have enough, but I felt like I had enough. And yeah, some more potted plants and flowers and just more clutter for the back as much as I could. And yeah, the biggest tree I could find just to make it look kind of shadowed in, and I didn't want it to be filled with light. I wanted it to be kind of dark back there. I don't think she goes out there very much. That's what I'm thinking. And so I did a pond here. I've never done a pond before either. I don't know. I felt like doing a pond, so I did. And I put some like lily pads in there and made even that look a little bit overgrown. I did put like a little jet in the middle, which I think is really cute. And I would like to build another pond in my next build, but like a nicer, bigger one. And then I took this long overgrown grass and just went crazy with it. I put it everywhere, spaced out throughout the entire yard. I don't think she would go out there very much. I think the crazy cat lady is more of an indoor lady. So yeah, I filled that up. I know it's a waste of a yard and it's sad, but I don't know. I think it suited the house and the woman living in it. So yeah, the yard's not much. It's not very exciting. It's not very nice. It's pretty underwhelming and sad, but I went for it. And I did notice that the back, by the back door there, is missing a piece of the fence, but that's okay. And now we are into the screenshots. So thanks for watching.